This video will be on why I started my starter locks, lock update, and tips. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another video, and this time I am back with my starter locks. So I decided to lock my hair on July 27th, 2021. And since then, I wanted to share my experience of why I chose to lock my hair, how did I go about locking it, and the process of doing it. So if those things are things that are interesting for you to hear about, then continue watching. I will also be showing at the end of the video some of the products I use, so stay tuned. There's different things that I'll be covering in different parts of the video. And also, if you like more content on lifestyle wellness, as well as like esoteric studies, stay tuned because those are the things I talk about. And also check out the videos I've made so far. So let's get into it. Why did I decide to lock my hair? Well, for one, I noticed that my hair texture was changing and I felt like I couldn't manage it, and I haven't really been able to manage my hair for years. Living in a dry climate, I noticed that the change of being from before living in a climate that had a lot of humidity to being in a space that didn't, that it greatly affected my hair as well as the water quality. So, with that, I noticed that my hair was naturally drier, but also I noticed that the humidity really helped with my curl pattern. So locking it has helped bring some of my curls back, but also I feel like it helps protect my hair. So I'm going to talk about like my spiritual journey and why that's such a big part of me locking my hair. So I grew up pretty religious. I grew up Christian, and there's a story about Samson. And Samson's hair, like the length of his hair, the thickness of his hair, that's where he stored his confidence and power. And as someone working on building that, I felt like, and also having a deep connection to my hair, growing up, I was always like fond of my hair. So I felt like maybe if I lock it, I will help, keep that energy, the energy like of my strength and my confidence with me, as opposed to it coming out with my hair. So that's some reasons. I also took some notes. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'll be looking at my notes. Another reason why I started my locks is because of my pregnancy. So, if you're watching other videos on this channel, you'll notice that I've announced that I am pregnant. And with that, again, wanting to keep my energy, hold on to my energy, but also hold on to my hair, because with pregnancy, you tend to have a lot of growth during your pregnancy and then a lot of shedding afterwards. So I figured if my hair was already locked before pregnancy, I'd be able to hold on to some of those strands, hold on to the energy also of my pregnancy, because I am taking a lot of supplements. So my hair has been growing really well. And I just want to hold on to that. So that's another reason why I chose to lock my hair. And if you are thinking about locking your hair and those are some of your, thoughts as well, it might be, because you found this video because it resonates with you and it's something that you're meant to do as well. So I think nothing is a mistake. And if you're thinking about it, it's probably because it's time for you to do it. Going back to the change in my hair texture. So I wish I had a picture, or maybe I will add in a picture of what my hair used to look like. But now my hair texture has become a lot more wavy, and it's finer. It was fine when I was younger, but it was a lot thicker. So with losing thickness, I'm hoping that my locks will also get thicker. But I know that people say that throughout the lock journey, there are moments where you feel like, why did I do my hair like this? Or it looks ugly. I don't necessarily have those feelings again because I was very decisive. And I think it's okay to take your time with making this decision, but also know that hair is spiritual, but it's just your hair. So whatever you decide, you can always change it back. And the reality is, um, it's something to try. It's something to do. And I feel like a lot of people I've heard talk about their lock journey, they say that they don't regret it. or even if they decided to get rid of their locks, they felt like that journey wasn't part of their life journey, you know, and that they were meant to have locks at that point. And even though they got rid of it, they don't necessarily regret doing them. Okay, so another reason I chose to lock my hair, I just really wanted to show appreciation and connection to my roots. I'm from the West Indies. Both my mom and my dad is from Jamaica, and I was born and raised in America. So with that, I feel like although I am a like first generation, or I guess second, like no, actually I'm first generation because my mom wasn't born here. She is a citizen but wasn't born here. So with that, I am a first generation American, Jamaican American, and I feel like American culture is so beautiful. It's become a part of my culture, but at the same time, I still want to honor where my family came from, especially with, you know, so like if you think about how many ancestors you've had, or if you think about your lineage, uh, we're moving around so much more now. And I just know that I want my children and my children's children to know where they came from and that you are West Indian, you got West Indian blood through you, and that is a culture and also an ethnicity that I want them to embrace and be about. And I just love the look of locks as well. So there is a aesthetic reason too. I've always liked locks. I've tried faux locks before, and I highly recommend if you're someone who's interested in getting locks to try faux locks and see if you like it, if aesthetics is your thing. But the reality is everyone's lock journey is different. You don't know how your hair is going to lock or what it's going to look like. You can have an idea, and I highly recommend watching videos like this and other YouTube videos to see what you would like for your hair to look like and kind of get an idea, but literally a very general idea. Like I had an idea that the two strand twist way of starting was better for me, which is why I chose to do it. And I'll lean in closer so you see what they look like. My hair does a lot of sprouting really quick, so I don't necessarily rush myself to retwist it every 2 weeks. In those videos I've watched, I've noticed people say that if you two strand twist your hair too often or just retwist your locks too often, you'll find that your locks will get thin. So I would say keep that in mind. Again, I've had my locks from 7/27/2021, and as I'm recording this video, today is September 15th, 2021. So within the past, I guess, a month and a half or a little over a month and a half, I've retwisted it twice. And most people may just be getting to their first retwist. So I would highly recommend if you are locking your hair yourself, as I did, to just see what you're comfortable with. If you feel like it's starting to unravel and you may need to retwist it, go with that. Because again, everyone's hair texture is different and you might have thick hair that can easily retwist without necessarily thinning. For me, I try to wait as long as I can because I know my hair's thin, and through this lock journey, I'm hoping it'll help not only hold onto hair that I was losing, but thicken the hair that I have because it's keeping the old hair in. So now we're gonna go to how I did them. So how I did my locks was, again, watch a lot of YouTube videos and then kind of just instinctually trust myself with my hair. And that was something very new to me because, again, part of me choosing to lock my hair was because I've struggled with it so much over the last 5, 6 years. And I really wanted to reconnect with my hair and have a better relationship with it and feel like I didn't necessarily have to go to a salon to upkeep it because I feel like it's my own hair. I should be able to take care of it. And if I can't, I need to learn. And with locking, just the journey, I stayed up like that night that I did it, I stayed up for hours doing it. It took me maybe like 3 hours to fully retwist my whole head. But I just followed the palm roll. I'll show you guys really close kind of how I did it. So as you see, I did a 2-strand twist actually when I started, my apologies. So I 2-strand twisted and then I palm rolled. My hair is very thin, so again, a palm roll doesn't really do as much for me. I do a mixture of more the palm roll technique like that to kind of tighten the lock. And of course I apply product and then it looks like this. And so far in the past month and a half, I've seen my hair just take to it. I've also seen it lock really quickly. I felt like it was locking anyway, which is another reason I was like, might as well just let it do what it does. But I really am loving the progress. And if this is what it's doing in less than 2 months, like 45 days, then I can only imagine how well it's gonna lock. As you can see in the back, I do got some hair that's already budding and locking. And with that, you will have some shrinkage, but I kind of don't mind because I already have pretty lengthy hair and I kind of know that with this process, my hair is gonna do what it wants. So allowing the journey to happen, I think, is also another great recommendation when you are doing locks. Look at the time. If you found this video helpful, subscribe and check out my next video on lock products I use, as well as a mini starter lock tutorial.